When I was a senior in high school, I lost a first cousin. My first cousin was killed in Desert Storm. He was the only West Point graduate killed in combat. And so as a high school senior looking at colleges, I didn't necessarily want to go to the United States Military Academy after his death. And so that made a big impact on my life, I think. His father was a colonel in the Army, and he made a statement that there's other ways to serve your country. You don't need to serve your country in a uniform. You can do it in civilian clothes. And so that option of being a citizen soldier really appealed to me at VMI. And it was a tough school to go to, and I really wanted that challenge. I come from a large family in Virginia. I have uncles and great-uncles and great-great-uncles who attended VMI. And so those stories were a big part of my upbringing, and kind of wanted to go prove myself a little bit and see how tough I was. When I graduated as a civil engineer, I went to work for a surveying engineering company and worked my way as a EI, and paid a lot of respect to what my uncle had told me earlier. There's other ways to serve your country. As a student of history, I really liked what happens with infrastructure in the world, and how do we prevent the failure of our society and our community around us. And so the civil engineering part of it really resonated with me, and I went to work for FEMA on a contract with the government. I enjoyed looking at total destruction and going, okay, how do we fix this? VMI prepares you for a very diverse civil engineering career. I could do lots of different things, and so I used that to my advantage as I went through my career as an engineer, where I'm now licensed in several states, and I run an office here for a local engineering company here in Florida. The move to Florida was a big challenge. That VMI network really was important more than ever, because I needed that to feel connected to what I knew. And so connected a lot with the local groups. Ran into a guy in Walmart, had a VMI hat on, didn't know who he was. I just said, hey man, what class are you? Let's go get a sandwich, let's meet me for lunch. And, well, that turned into 15 people, and I ended up with an Alumni chapter at the end of the lunch. Now we have the Five Flags chapter of Pensacola. As a chapter president, I enjoy doing this job, because it does connect people together that you may not even realize are your neighbors. On the Gulf Coast, we've got hurricanes that come through. Michael came through, for example, in Panama City, and just really wiped out and devastated that town. And so this Alumni chapter kind of put some folks together and went into Panama City. I had a red VMI hat on, which I like, and walking down the street of this destroyed street in Panama City, trees down, and the gentleman was out there bringing some pine logs out to the curb. And he just starts crying because he realized he saw my VMI hat, and he thought, oh my gosh, my son went to VMI, so nice to see you. And we went in, helped him pull a pine tree out of his bathtub and work on that. So I think our chapter here is really good at trying to take care of those who need it. Your VMI network is what you make it. It's nothing laid in stone, it's what you make of it. Let's look out for each other. Let's make this one of the best alumni networks we have in the country.